I believe in every society, right, there's a pyramid.
Yeah.
Right? So in this pyramid, right, individuals with certain characteristics, they go to the top.
Yeah.
Certain characteristics, they go to the bottom. Right? So in the societal pyramid of Singapore, right, the demographic that you belong.
Yeah.
Okay, you belong to the majority race.
Correct.
You are male.
Correct.
You are young. You are highly educated. Right? So by virtue of this, you'll be catapulted to the apex of this society.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So now, the thing that and the fact that you'll be catapulted to the apex, right? You'll be exposed to in my opinion, I'll just say my opinion. You'll be exposed to a greater amount of opportunities as compared to everybody else below the pyramid.
Yeah.
So, why do you feel that we need a change, or why do you feel that in our country, right, there are certain policies or the system needs to be tweaked? Because it is not for your benefit, I feel.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Because you belong to whatever I described earlier, right? Why do you feel that?
Okay, the answer is like this. First of all, I want to agree with you 200 or 101% that there is a pyramid. And in fact, I'm very happy that I came on the show today, because I use this concept of the pyramid to explain or discuss about that this issue in all my live videos constantly. So before we even go further, we must talk about, broadly speaking, most persons in Singapore will agree that the pyramid in Singapore is something as follows lah. At the top of the pyramid, level 1 would be senior PAP. Then level 2 would be junior PAP, like MPs lah, and level 3 would be just to summarize, and because I said this many times in my other videos also lah. Level 3 would be persons that like LTC colonel and above, and also doctors and lawyers. Then level 4 would be like encikes or like middle management and all that. Then level 5 would be Chinese that are stuck in jobs that are dead end. So they are like, for example, I mean, they have forced to do Grab food, for example, or they are from the ITE, so they are being marginalized. Then level 6 would be minorities, because they have a further issue further and beyond level 5, which is that scientific research has shown that people tend to hire a person of their own race unless they are very woke and very aware. So because Chinese in Singapore is ethnic majority Chinese, so they will hire persons from China lah. Instead of hiring like they will not hire persons from Indonesia or Malaysians. But let's say you go to Malaysia, then of course people will you go to Indonesia, people will hire person from Nusantara community. So this is like very common sense. So then level 7 will be persons that are out of the ideology altogether lah, which is like single mothers, persons with mental health issue, then also homeless, cardboard collectors and all that lah. Then level 8 of the society would be Bangla workers and also maids. So why we talk about all this is to explain that, to answer your question now. First of all, the reason why I oppose this social pyramid, or rather I say that it should not be so rigid. And you have to take hammer.
Every society has to have a pyramid,
Every society since time immemorial has a pyramid.
Even during the tribal times.
Correct. Right? There will always be a pyramid. But the question is then, how sharp is the pyramid? And secondly, is there moving between the layers of the pyramid?
From top to bottom.
Correct. And what action should we take to ensure the pyramid is not so sharp? Because in Singapore, the state ideology caused a very sharp pyramid, and persons also start to feel that, for example, let's say you're at tier 1 like they will feel that they have a divine right. This is the issue. It is a modern version of the divine right of kings, whereby they will start to feel that they got the right to bully and boss people around. Then they will act very cruelly. So when you look at all this, right, it will lead. My first reason why I oppose this is because such a rigid pyramid does not accord with the moral theory or the philo that I've studied, and I feel that there's a moral duty to come forward and criticize. Secondly, I also want to say that from an instrumentalist or a pragmatic point of view, there's also a big problem with a rigid pyramid, because the rigid pyramid will leave out persons whose capital or value is important. You know what I mean? Because let's say if we turn back 400 years ago, the ability to make good batik is also one of the very valuable skill. But in
Correct.
the modern ideology of Singapore, this ability to produce quality batik is no longer considered one of the valuable skills lah.
Correct.
Yeah, but in the past, let's say you're able to produce good batik, then you will be able to serve the Southern,
Correct.
and then you will be asked to
Yep.
come in and then teach people
Right,
all
right.
that. So we need to appreciate. We need to appreciate all these. If not, a very wide amount of social capital. I mean like all this productive ability will
Yeah.
be lost.